Welcome back, paranormal investigators and thrill seekers, to another deep dive into the unknown. Today, we're traveling to a place that many consider the most haunted house in all of England. Forget your average creaky floorboards and flickering lights. This location is in a league of its own. We're talking about Borley Rectory. The story of Borley Rectory is a chilling tapestry woven with tales of phantom monks, ghostly nuns, and spectral carriages. Located in a quiet corner of Essex, this Victorian mansion, now long gone, earned a reputation that has terrified and fascinated people for over a century. So, what exactly happened within those walls to make it a hotbed of supernatural activity? Let's find out. Our journey begins in 1862 when Reverend Henry Bole built the rectory. Almost immediately, strange occurrences were reported by his family and staff. They spoke of hearing unexplained footsteps, disembodied whispers, and seeing ghostly figures wandering the grounds. The most famous of these apparitions was a lonely-looking nun, often seen walking pensively in the garden, a place that would later be nicknamed the Nun's Walk. Legend has it she was a 13th century nun from a nearby convent who fell in love with a monk from the Borley monastery. After their affair was discovered, the monk was executed, and she was bricked up alive within the convent walls. Her sorrowful spirit, it is said, was forever bound to the land where the rectory would one day stand. But the nun wasn't the only spirit said to roam Borley. Reverend Henry Bole and his son, Harry, who took over the rectory after him, both reported seeing a phantom coach pulled by two headless horsemen, thundering down the lane at night. This ghostly spectacle was so common that the Bole family would often sit by the window, hoping to catch a glimpse of the spectral carriage. It's one thing to hear a bump in the night, but it's another entirely to have your family treat a ghostly procession like a scheduled event. After Harry Bole's death in 1927, the hauntings seemed to escalate. The new residents, Reverend Guy Smith and his wife, lasted less than a year. They reported bells ringing on their own, objects being thrown by an unseen force, and strange lights appearing in empty rooms. It was during their time that the national press picked up the story, and Borley Rectory was catapulted into the public eye. The Smiths contacted the Daily Mirror, which then sent for the famous paranormal investigator, Harry Price. Harry Price's arrival marks a pivotal chapter in the Borley saga. He conducted numerous investigations and seances, documenting a staggering amount of paranormal phenomena. We're talking about poltergeist activity on a grand scale, stones and other objects being hurled across rooms, furniture being overturned, and mysterious fires starting out of nowhere. One of the most terrifying phenomena was the appearance of wall writings. Scrawled messages would mysteriously appear on the walls, pleading for help, with phrases like "Marianne, please help get and light mass prayers." These messages seemed to be from a spirit named Marianne, believed to be the French nun, Marie Lair, who, according to the legend, was murdered at the rectory. Price's investigations brought both fame and controversy. He rented the rectory for a year, assembling a team of observers to meticulously log every strange event. Their reports were filled with hundreds of incidents, from phantom whispers to full-bodied apparitions. However, many skeptics accused Price of sensationalism and even fraud, suggesting he may have faked some of the phenomena himself to fuel the story and sell his books. Was he a genuine researcher uncovering terrifying truths, or a master showman creating a ghost story for the ages? The debate rages on to this day. In 1937, Captain W.H. Gregson bought the rectory during a séance. A spirit named Sunax Amures supposedly predicted that the rectory would burn down that very night, and that the bones of the murdered nun would be found in the ruins. The fire didn't happen that night, but the prophecy was eerily accurate. Just over a year later, in February 1939, Captain Gregson was unpacking boxes in the hallway when an oil lamp was knocked over, and the rectory went up in flames. It burned to the ground. True to the prophecy, during the excavation of the cellar ruins in 1943, Harry Price's team discovered the fragmented jawbone of a young woman. Could these have been the remains of the tragic nun, Marie Lair? The bones were eventually given a Christian burial in the nearby Liston churchyard, in the hopes that her spirit might finally find peace. But did it? Even after the rectory was demolished, the story doesn't end. Visitors to the site and the nearby church have continued to report strange occurrences. People have captured odd mists and light anomalies in photographs, heard phantom footsteps on the now empty grounds, and felt an overwhelming sense of sadness near the spot where the rectory once stood. The ghostly nun is still occasionally reported, a silent, sorrowful figure forever walking her path. It seems that even without the house, the land itself retains a powerful, residual energy. The legacy of Borley Rectory is complex. It's a story of tragedy, mystery, and a media sensation that captured the imagination of a nation. Whether you believe it was truly the most haunted house in England, a product of overactive imaginations, or a clever hoax by Harry Price, you can't deny its impact on the world of paranormal investigation. It set the standard for ghost stories and continues to be a benchmark against which other hauntings are measured. What do you think? Was Borley Rectory a genuine portal to the other side, or was it all just a story that got out of hand? Let me know your theories in the comments below. I'd love to hear what you all think about this iconic case. Thanks for joining me on this ghostly journey. If you enjoyed this video, don't forget to hit that like button, subscribe for more adventures into the unexplained, and ring that notification bell so you never miss an episode. Stay curious, and see you next time.